It's December, so I thought the best way to kind of get into the Christmas spirit would be to build a house shaped like a tree. So let's get into it. So I decided to do a speed build today. I don't know, I just thought that it would have been a really good idea as opposed to like doing it in the moment and talking about it. And also you can see I wanted to start off with like the cartoonish shape of a Christmas tree. I thought that that was just a really cute idea. Um, because I didn't want to do anything like too simple because it's like then what is the challenge, right? If it was just like a triangle, then why? I struggled for a little bit to find the perfect wood tone for like the door and the windows at the very front and the tree trunk, but eventually I came to like kind of a decision and did like a warm tone brown. I don't know. I just thought that that was pretty cute. And here, oh my god, I could not find a good shade of green for the windows at all. I was severely struggling with it. So I landed on like a teal shade at first until I decided to eventually change the walls. Because I was looking around and I was like, you know what? This doesn't look like enough like a house. Like I want it to be like a brick house, you know what I mean? Or like change the walls or something. So I decided that the teal didn't look good with it anymore. So I went and started searching for windows again. After I changed the walls on the tree trunk, of course. And then I changed the wood tone again, which now I'm kind of like, girl, go back. I don't know. So I finally settled. I found this really cute light green window and I was like, oh my god. And don't come at me for the window placement. I am so bad at window placement. Well, especially like it's really hard to work with a shape like this. You know what I mean? So this eventually what I ended up doing was just putting the windows on all the walls except for like the non-diagonal ones, the flat ones. And then I found like a little star for the top, which isn't like a star, it's more like a yellow blob, but it's okay. um, and now I'm like looking for any other things that could look good as like a tree topper, but I settled on nothing. So now we're starting on, I think I wanted to look and see if there were any landscaping stuff I could do, but I was like, you know what? I don't need landscaping. I'm just building a house, right? Like, I mean, it's not like, I mean, the house itself is a weird shape anyway. So I don't know, like I'm not like a professional Sims builder, so I don't know how landscaping could have made it better. Some people probably would do a lot better than me, but I am just a mere Sims player. So here I am. I found some like little ornament looking things to put on the tree. I at first arranged them to look kind of like a garland, and I realized like, wait, ornaments don't are like they're randomly placed. So I did that. I found some other objects that kind of resembled ornaments, so I put those on too. And then I think I thought that I was gonna struggle with like the string lights, like the little lights on the trees. But then I was like, I found like a yellow lamp, and then I found something later you'll see that actually looked like a ball of light. So I ended up using that, but I put the lights on as like, they kind of look like a garland because that's how some of the lights are. Like if you get a tree that doesn't already have lights in it, you gotta just wrap the lights around. Some trees have lights in them already, but a lot of them don't. So now we're starting on the layout on the inside. This was a nightmare. Let me tell you, some of the rooms ended up way too short. Wait, short? Some of the rooms ended up way too small, like the nursery. That was very interesting. I originally was going to put the bedroom in the top room, but I ended up putting it like in the room below it on the side because it just felt bigger and it just felt right. And I was bouncing around with which room should be the nursery, and then I ultimately decided like with the smallest room because in a nursery you only need the crib, like, or the bassinet or whatever. Like if it was between the room that could have been the bathroom and the room that could have been the nursery, and I decided that I wanted the bathroom to be bigger because bathrooms need space, nurseries don't, in Sims Land. So yeah, I put all the doors and stuff, and ultimately the goal was to kind of make this place look like Christmassy, but also kind of like we live in a tree almost. So you'll see that I ended up going with some like a lot of like wood tone things that kind of resemble trees, especially the arch that goes from the main room to the hallway. Very tree-like. I think that one came with Enchanted by Nature. And then I also decided that I wanted an island. And you'll see that I forgot lights for like a hot second. Anyways, I don't know why my brain was like, try to do the walls without the lights. Girl, that's not gonna happen and you know it. So I eventually realized, wait, it's so dark in here, I need lights. So I put lights in all the rooms, obviously, as one would. And there's where I found the like actual ball of light that I thought would be good instead of the lamps. And also another thing is, it's like finding a nice green wallpaper was not easy. It was not. I settled on this one just because it was light and, you know, I don't know. But it's just, it was not easy because it also like kind of looks a little bit iffy with the green windows, just because the windows are very specific shade of green and the wallpaper kind of looks like more of like a light turquoise almost. So it's very, you know, I find that when you throw a bunch of shades of one color together, it just ends up looking good. You know, you would think that like a turquoisey green would not look good with like an olive green. But when you mash everything together and you kind of force it to look good together, odds are it's going to look at least decent, right? So I obviously had to put a Christmas tree in here because it's a Christmas build. Duh. What was really like, not, it wasn't frustrating, but was really confusing was the layout of this room, because I didn't know where I wanted to put like the TV, the entertainment center, whatever. And obviously I put tree decals in because why not? It's a Christmas tree house. Duh. And then I found like a nice TV that would work, but I had trouble. I eventually took it away because I was like, you know what? I want to put a fireplace here first and kind of align it. Could not find a good fireplace until I found, well, okay, let's just say this. I couldn't find the perfect fireplace. So I went with this one with like a different wood tone. I made the tree a little bit smaller just to make more room. You know, and I almost didn't go with that fireplace because the wood tone was so different. But I was like, but it has the green on it. Like, I have to. So I ended up going with that, put the TV back up. And I gotta say, like, after I put everything down, it just kind of worked a little bit. I think the little coffee table kind of ties it in because the wood tone is not exactly, it's like a wood tone that's in between the floor wood tone, and then the fireplace wood tone. So it kind of brings it together. And then I put a bunch of plants in it to tie that shade, that very specific shade of green in with the whole room. And I think it doesn't look too bad. I really wanted to add the light up snowman, but I just couldn't find a good place for it. In retrospect, I probably should have taken the plant off the coffee table and put it there, but I was like, meh. I don't know. I just really like the plant. I just love putting plants anywhere I can put plants, to be honest with you. And now we're on the No, are we on the kitchen? No, we're not. We're still looking at other stuff. Oh my goodness. So this is the second time I've tried to record this voiceover, like video, whatever. Because when I tried to do it and I tried to line it up, it looked so weird. Like, it was just, I don't know why it didn't line up, because I was watching the video while I was recording it. So everything should have lined up, but it didn't. So yeah, that was weird. Also here you can see I tried so many different fridges, but none of them fit the vibe until I got, like, you see a red fridge, it's like so bright, except for that specific fridge. I was so happy I found that fridge because I did not like the bright reds. Also, excuse the yawns. I yawn when I talk a lot. So yeah, I might yawn quite a bit. I couldn't find a good curtain to go on that window right there, so I just went with like a garland. Because I don't know. I really wanted to find like a short curtain that was like red or like a green, but I just couldn't find one. So I ended up going with the garland. I feel like it like adds something to it, right? Like if this wasn't a Christmas build, you could do anything else right there, you know, and then seasonally you put the garland up, and I just think that that would be cute. Also, I found the perfect bows to put on the walls. Oh my god, it was so cute. Another thing I realized, you see those pillows? Those are base game. They really, I don't know how long ago this was because I must have missed out. I haven't played Sims in a hot second. So I missed out on the pillows that they brought out with base game. And I guess it's because they saw so many CC creators like creating pillows that you can just manually put on couches and stuff, that they were like, we should do that too. So they did it. And I don't know. Also that microwave, oh my god. So on the selection it looks clean, and then I put it in and it ended up dirty, and I was like, what the heck? So I'm assuming it's one of those game mechanics where you find it in the trash and then you fix it. But there was no like clean version, so I just went with a normal like white microwave. So I don't know if anybody can tell me how to find the clean version without having to actually play the game. Let me know. No, I don't know. It could be in debug menu or something, but I don't know because I didn't feel like opening the debug menu. Yeah, also, side note, I love clutter. I love clutter. So I cluttered the entire kitchen. There is not a place for them to cook. Except for like the island, I guess. But yeah, they can't cook because I filled up the entire space. Oh my goodness. I'm going to try not to yawn for you guys. It's going to be hard because I yawn when I talk a lot because my brain is like, you need oxygen. Also, another thing that I actually struggled with because I didn't realize how little in wall paintings we had. Or maybe it was just me. I don't know, because I tried so hard to find like some good wall art for all the rooms, but I was severely struggling with finding ones that would match, especially like red and green ones. I couldn't find so I wanted to put like family pictures here, but it just didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. So I just put a bunch of random pictures. I don't know. I'm kind of trying to stray away or stay away from furniture CC because I have so much Creative Sim CC and I don't have a lot of space on my like disk drive. So I want to stay away from furniture CC no matter how badly I want it. I think I might have some currently. I just trying not to get more than I already have. I don't know. I think there's this one CC creator. I forget what they're called. Jardis? I don't remember. I do know, however, that Claire Chabon used to use them a lot. And that's how I know of them. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I do know that it begins with a J. But yeah, so also I had skipped the entryway at the beginning, so here I am going back to it. I couldn't find anything good to put on the walls, so I think I eventually just didn't go with anything because I was like, no, it just didn't look right. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just need to broaden my horizons in wall stuff. I don't know. So now I'm working on the hallway. I ended up going with the same wallpaper as the living room and whatnot. Just because there's just not a lot of variety. I'm telling you that right now. I think if I were to do this over though, I would probably make it a lot more like a tacky, cozy Christmas, like red plaid everywhere and stuff like that, and like the dark colors, you know. A lot of brown, a lot of dark green, a lot of red. Like, I don't know. I think I went with a lot of like lighter greens and lighter reds or muter reds. And I feel like I could have done differently. I don't know, like a 90s Christmas or something like that. I don't know. But that's kind of like how I'm feeling about this build now that I'm watching it back. I could not find anything to go into the hallway until I think I found some streamers that I just ended up liking, so I just put that everywhere just to kind of fill the space. I think I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do it like this. Streamers up all year round. And then I put the bow there. The prettiest bow you ever did see. So, oh yeah, and I forgot about the light, so I went back and put it in there. I think this is when I moved on to the living room, and I ended up finding like this really pretty grandfather clock, and I just used the green version and I put it in the hallway, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. Like it just fits perfectly, because I was trying to find something else to go on the wall, and then it just didn't work. So I moved on, and then when I found the grandfather clock, I was like, yes, praise whatever god is there. So here's the bedroom, the master bedroom. I thought I was originally going to use that green bed, and then I found the red one, and I was like, this is so Christmassy, I'm going to use that. I don't know, it just felt Christmas. There's the grandfather clock. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's such a pretty green too. I also couldn't find a lot of like emerald green colors like those nightstands, because I really wanted to go with like darker colors in the bedroom, even though I went with white walls because I couldn't find any walls that I liked. But I wanted to, I guess, kind of contrast it and go with like darker colored furniture and stuff like that. And I did a little bit, but I find, like I said in the beginning, when you put a bunch of different types of color, shades of one color together, it just ends up going together, because it's kind of like, that becomes the style of the room. So, I don't know. I put some emerald green stuff in there, and then also found some light green stuff to put in there. I struggled here again with stuff to go on the walls, because I guess we just don't have a lot of red and green options. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the red and the green. I don't know. I think that might be it. Who knows? Another thing, well, I wouldn't say that I struggled with window curtains, but again, they're just not like a lot of options. There could be more. And you can see that I like end up using the same type of painting a bunch, like those abstract ones, because there's just not a lot. There were and on the opposite side of the spectrum, there were a bunch of really great like wallpapers for the bathroom. Weirdly enough, a lot of green and red tiles. You wouldn't think. There was this one wallpaper that I really wanted to use, but it had like gray on the top. And I was like, no, it just didn't go with it. So I ended up using the green tile, and then the really pretty floor that was like the perfect mix between the dark red and the green. And I was just like, oh my god, this is perfect. Side note, that red bathtub, I don't know why I love it so much. I do. I don't know how to explain it. It pops. It just does. This shape for the bathroom was so odd. A toilet would not work like that. In real life, it really wouldn't. But I just didn't know what else to do. I mean, because I don't think it would have been functional either way. I don't know if this is actually currently functional. It might not be. So we'll see. And then I resorted to using a Hanukkah painting. So I don't know. There's just not a lot. So I ended up going with the smallest room for the nursery. So this room is not my finest work. I will admit that right now. It was not great because there's not a lot, right? There wasn't a lot of like, I suppose if I put like the nursery in the bigger room, then I suppose there could have been more that I could have done, but it didn't fit a lot. So I just put some wall decals up, and just not my finest work. And then these weird garlands, I don't know where that idea came from. But yeah, so that's kind of what I ended up doing. That quarter bathtub, oh my god, it was so perfect. That was like my favorite thing that I found in this build was the corner bathtub. I was like, I'm so glad I put the bathroom in the back room. I ended up covering the corner with the shower just because, I don't know, I just felt like that was probably better. This bathroom wasn't as hard to figure out just because it was bigger. Also, side note, the flooring and the wall, I just love the wall so much, especially with the stone. So I tried so hard to find a flooring that matched the stone. And I just kind of went with that one, even though it's like a little more muted than the stone on the wall, but I feel like it looks cute either way. I tried to add as many plants as I could also, just to kind of like add some life to any room. I found those red curtains. I don't hate them. That's about it. And then I go back to the outside to go back and put in the new string lights. It took a hot second because I had to like manually shrink it down every single time I used it. So I did that. And also just the ASMR with the leading. I don't even know if y'all could hear it because I was talking over it. But I was watching the video back and I loved the sound of of all the deleting going. It was great. All right. Well, here is the tour. I'm so excited about it. In retrospect, I'm looking back and I should have added like that fence at the top so that you couldn't see the ornaments from I might go back in and change it. Who knows? But this is kind of more of the final design. So here's the living room. I think I slayed on the living room. I'm not gonna lie. I think I did. I think that living room is a slay and a half, and the kitchen too. I think it is good for what I tried to do. It was definitely a challenge, you know. Here's the bathroom that I don't absolutely hate. With a, what's it called? A menorah. If I got that wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm now looking at that mirror though, and that might have been a bit too light of a mirror. And also I'm noticing that I always forget to do ceilings. That's another thing. But when I put those curtains up, they kind of like clip with the ceiling. So, oops, whatever, I guess. And here we are in the final room of the house. Such a pretty freaking bathroom, dude. I actually love it. Like, it's so pretty. It's so cute. But yeah, I guess if you guys like this, I will do more speed builds. I kind of want to do more builds. We'll see. I kind of enjoy doing the speed builds more than I like doing the ones like that. Well, I'm doing them while I'm making the video. I don't know. It's just, I think it's kind of a preference. I just really like to talk about what I'm doing instead of like skipping through. You know what I mean? Anyways, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah! Bye.